Hello, good evening. Sorry, a little bit of technical difficulty. They wouldn't let me get on there online because of my memory storage today. So I had to delete some of the old videos and make a little bit of space so it would talk to me. Anyway, so today I'm doing my live today instead of last night, because last night, hi Shaz, nice to see you. Last night was a monthly group that I do, so it looks like it's gonna end up being once a month. I will have to not do the Wednesday but do the Thursday instead, so we'll play that one by ear. Just checking this is behaving. I think we're good at the moment. Okay, let's pop pop that there and that one there. There we go. We're all ready to go. So let me move you across and down onto the table and see how we go. So we have got the annual catalogue still. We've got the mini catalogue till the end of April. This one's till the end of April. And celebration for January and February. I'm just going to adjust that camera a little bit. I've got some inks in the way there. There we go. So you can see what I'm playing with. So I wanted to do something a little bit technique-y today. Technique for a Thursday. Technique Thursday I thought might be good. So we'll see what I've got for you today. An idea that I saw, we're going to use, talk about using household items. So I'm going to put a little bit of a thread up over the weekend. And just bring it a bit closer. Just to say, what sort of household items do you use for crafting that you wouldn't necessarily think of? So have a little list by your craft area and jot some things down that you use that are household items. So today I'm going to play with cotton buds, these little things. So I wanted to do something that was smaller than a dauber. And so I was talking to somebody about these a few days ago, and I thought, right, I'm going to do that tonight. But I just ran away with time today because it was a different day and I completely forgot the time. So when you're doing something that you enjoy doing, and then you think, oh yeah, well, look at the clock. So I had to quickly gather supplies. So I'm going to be using the papers that I used the other day, the celebration ones in here. And they are really, really pretty. Which page are they on? These ones. The toadstool papers. So I'm probably going to be using those. I'm going to show you a little project that some ladies did with me yesterday over a remote group that I go to. And I wanted to include another product on here, the embossing folder. I know I've shown you most of these anyway, but because it's celebration and they're still current, they're still running, I'd like to show you lots of techniques. So I'm going to show you this one again. So I've got my machine beside me. So we are winging it as usual, but I'm going to start. Oh, I haven't got any cardstock with me, have I? I had a panel ready, a white panel. So that will be for my card. I'm going to use a note card tonight. So just grab that one from through there. I've got that bit ready. So we're going to have a note card and envelope. So sometimes when I'm prepping, I just tuck the cards in here. All we need from there is just a score to fold that one in half on the crease line. And then I make sure that the edges are even here, just the corners there, before I burnish that with a bone folder. Okay, and just run that along there. Okay, sometimes because these are laser cut, sometimes the machine's slightly off. So the crease, as we all know, you can, move that a little bit because of the thickness of it. It can go a little bit further over. So if you aim for the corners first, you'll be on the right track. I'm going to pop the envelope over there out of the way. Just show you the little box that the girls did yesterday. This is one of our mini paper pumpkin boxes. And when they retired, I did buy several up. So I did have quite a few. So I wanted to make a little box of note cards with them. So this is what they did yesterday. Some of the designs you've seen, some of the similar ones, and I've adapted them for note cards. So I thought I might do another one and just pop into that little box. So this is what today is about. So I've got a white panel. I haven't got any cardstock over here with me at the moment. So I'm just going to use this one because I'm going to colour this. Now this panel wasn't quite the right size, so what I'm going to do is I'm eyeballing this. You can't see white on white. The glasses are here somewhere. There we go. Oh, lots of people joining me. Hello everybody. Hi Jean, hi Linda, hi Pam. So I'm just going to find the edge of the card. So white on white is going to be difficult. I've got the border either side and I'm making that very similar top and bottom. just by marking with that little tiny piece there. I've only got my big trimmer over here at the moment. And just pop that little mark in the cutter there. So just enough to leave a little border around the outside edge. So we might be sponging that. So grab the machine over. I'm going to emboss this first. So for this, we don't need to have the shim in the machine. We just want the 2 folders there, the 2 plates. And then this is the embossing folder. It's called Starstruck. So Starstruck embossing folder. So I've been keeping it back in the original package all the time till celebration is over. Pop that in there. Pop that in the side there. It doesn't matter whether it's straight or not because it's a flower and it's an all over pattern. It's got one underneath and one on the top. Run that through. This is a technique that looks really good with sponge daubers, but they can be a little bit big when you've got small detailed patterns. Now you've seen me with this already, I know. Is that coming through on the camera? If I tilt that, can you see all the detail on there? I hope you can. It's hard seeing on a little tiny portion of a screen as to whether you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to bring that camera right in for you. If it's just going to behave itself. There we go. So hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So I've got the colours of ink pads from those colours in the paper. Okay, most of those colours. There's a few extras like early espresso, but I haven't included that one. So what I'm going to do is take each one of these in turn, and I'm going to use, I've got 5 colours and I have 5 little cotton buds. So we're going to be working on these little flowers. Okay, I wanted a piece of scrap paper. I have got an index there. Let me just see if I can use this one. Piece of scrap paper there. This is I use, because I like to recycle. If I have any printing and I can't use the other side and it's going in the bin, I tend to try and use it for scrap paper. So I'm just using a cotton bud just gently on the edge. Sorry, I've gone in too far now, haven't I? Come out outwards, please. Just out a little bit. Sorry if I'm sending you dizzy. That's it, you can see a little bit better. So I'm just using the end of that just on the edge of the ink pad. Now I wouldn't go in the middle because when you're using your stamps, everybody stamps into the middle. So just take some of this excess ink from around the outside edge. Oh yeah, missed a bit, but you'll watch and catch it, oh bless. You're fine. It is a beautiful embossing folder, Linda, definitely. And like I said, it's one of the celebration ones. So when I teach you to to use the blending brushes and come in off the paper onto the card so you don't get any harsh marks, this is what I'm going to do on here. I just want to dab this off because it's obviously only just had the ink go on it. We might need a little bit more. Vary with the position you put it in because it's absorbing some of that ink, and just use it like so. Okay, I just want to see what it's going to look like before I go onto the card. So we're going to do the middles of each of these flowers, but we're going to do them randomly, and we're going to do them just from the centre and maybe fluff it out just a little bit. I'm going to do a few random ones, and then I will hold it up to the camera so you can see. So we're just going on that middle bit. Now they will get fluffy, but you've got 2 ends on here. I'm just going to fluff that out a little bit. Bring my glasses down. There you go. And come in on the middles there. So there's actually, the starburst is actually in the middle of these like centres of these little, they look like flowers, but they're just like little starbursts. So just randomly on here. And we're going to end up going all over this area. Okay, it's just enhancing some of that. Come over this end of the ink pad. Turn it around. And just come in. Obviously, it doesn't matter if some are darker than others. Just a little bit there. And just randomly down there. So you could spritz this. I was thinking with Wink of Stella in a spray, or just splatters on it. You could do that afterwards. You could use a bottle with a very fine mist and then make these inks just run a little bit afterwards. Today I'm just testing it out for the first time. I thought I'd just use it neat with these small ends here. If you use a sponge dauber, they're more like a thimble size and they will be too heavy. You'll obliterate the whole thing. Just trying to accent those little stars in the middle. Okay, so there's a few on there. We're going to use other colours as well. They will fluff a bit, like I said, so don't worry about that. You're just spreading a little bit of ink. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one there with that one in the little tray. I'm going on to Granny Apple Green, sorry. And again on that edge, just absorb some of that ink from the corners. Okay, so we're just going to make like a multicolour feature. Okay, and then we'll have some more over here. Try and keep them just spread out so you don't get too many together. I've got a couple there quite close. So those of you who are my customers, you will know that we've got a Global Inspiration Stamp team, and we're now planning our next event for you. And the next event, I haven't got the dates to hand, they are in March, beginning of March, and we will be doing techniques. So today they're playing with this one, but I'm going to shut that because I'll shut both of those just so they don't dry out. I've got the heater on in here because it's quite cold. So now I'm going on to Melon Mambo. So we're going to be doing techniques for you in a few weeks, a month or so, 6 weeks, which will be really nice. So mark your diary. Oh, that's a bit strong, very strong. So mark your calendars for the dates. You can go into the Global Inspiration Stamp Team group and see that dates on there. I want to say it's about the 11th, but I will double check and I will share with you in my page. So this is quite a strong colour, this pink, so it's coming through nicely. What are you thinking of this so far? Who's watching with me at the moment? Just pop some comments in there. So I like the effect of this. So like I said, a sponge dauber would be a little bit on the large side. And just again in the corner, this is Poppy Parade. So I try and keep it away too much from the, there's a little bit on there. It's hard not to get two colours close to each other. You've got the pinks here and then you've got the Poppy next door to it. Very pretty. Oh, thanks, Linda. But I thought it would be good to put post up actually about the household items, because several of us, we use household items. Post-it notes is another of my favourite. Another one in there. Something down here maybe. What else? I've got one more. I've got Calypso Coral is the other colour. So these will be quite similar. Got a few in there. A paler colour in there. There we go. Might end up putting some more green in there actually. That's Poppy Parade. You probably can't see those just off the edge of the camera. So yeah, I think we're going to need a little bit more green. Just using the corner of that pad again. Test that on there. It's got a little bit. So we'll see how that one goes. Always good to test it on a piece of paper first. We have got a few colours that have got similar hues, but they are slightly different in person here. Don't know if I did that one. Do one there. Oh, it's gone a bit fluffy on that one. Another one there. I'll come back and do a green one on there. I think we're virtually there. There's one there. Another little one on the edge there. There we go. How's that looking? Just do that one more green one. So one over that side there. They're all off the edges, so I can't use those ones. So I think that looks quite nice on there. So we're going to put this onto the card here, but I do want to have a matte layer behind that. want to put something behind. So I'm going to grab one of the colours that's going to go with that. I think I'm going to use let me go and grab a couple of them. I'll use the melon and the Guarani apple, I think. Freesia is right next door as well, so let's have a look what that's going to do. So if I did this one, you know I like to hold these up to the side there and onto the card, get rid of the scrap there. So that could be that one. Tell me which you think is best. These aren't the right colour, the size cards. I'm just going to... Oh, she says. That one might be a good size. Look, that's just made to measure. I think it's got to be that one then, hasn't it? So let's have a go with those. It's just a Brucey bonus. Okay, so that's going to sit on there like so. So we can grab our Tombow and pop that on. Bubble wrap, yes, absolutely. You love the green. The green is lovely, yes. I'm being a little bit lazy because this one's actually the right size, so it means that it doesn't waste a piece of card for something else. I'll use it because it's the right size. You just came out and now you've blocked. Put a little blob on there. I'm just going to spread that out a little bit. There we go. This one's getting towards the end. Put that on here. This is flat. Just tiny little border on there. It just gives that a little accent. But you see, you could do a set of cards with this. If you're doing the project like this, you could do a little set of cards and have one base in each of the colours that you've used. But any colours work. I've just used it because those colours were the ones I've been playing with. And that can go on the card there. I'm just going to get another Tombow because it's not doing too good. Try this one. There we go. You know we would like to be really sparing with this. So good. Okay. Slide that into position. Tiny little border. And there we go. How does that look? There we go. Just a little bit of a rainbow sort of colour effect. It's not quite Joseph Technicolor Dreamcoats, but there are lots of techniques around with colour as to how you can use those. So I just thought that might be quite nice. I've got some greetings. I've got some different sunsets out. I needed to change the ones that are on the table. So let's just show you a few of these. Just trying to find some nice greetings. It's a general all over sentiment. Look at this. You're the best kind of person. That's really nice. Sending you a handmade hug when you've got somebody for inspiration. That might be nice, actually. Got somebody that might be good for. Hello friend is always a nice one as well, sort of like a gen one. I love this set, but it's more for a watercolouring card on this one. Okay, so I haven't got watercolour pencils out today, so I think I'll leave the coffee. But we'll find something in here we can use. So these are the Crafting With You dies. They are all for crafters. So we've got the Big Shot machine, the cutting machine we've just been using. Just coming out again. Oh, out of the way. There we go. So this cutting machine is nice for crafters. Paint brushes, you've got an easel, you've got the balls of wool, so you've got knitters, sewers, and the wool goes in the basket. It's just quite a nice one on there to use. So I'm just going to see what I've got in here. Pre-cut. See, there's a cutting machine. And then in here, well, they're just some little pieces I've got cut. Nothing really much in there that I can use. It's not going to go with this one, but I'm going to use the Sending You a Handmade Hug. I think that could be really nice. Blocks. Put that on there. Let's find another piece of white. Have some in here. trimmer is here. So I'm just going to half this piece. Just cut a slither off there. There we go. Like I said, this was a bit of a on the hoof today because being out of kilter. I made cod. Sending you a handmade hug. Okay, I'm going to leave that open because we can sponge around the edge of that piece, and then I'm going to cut one of the cutting machines because this will go to a crafter, I think. So if we stamp one of the cutting machines here at this end and then die cut that. Okay. I'm going to use the black on this one, I think. I'm going to do one in black and see what it looks like. Because our machines are kind of white and grey, so it's hard to get the two-tone on there. There we go. Fit that on there. Just enough card without any waste. Yeah, kitchen sponges and the bubble wrap. The bath sponges I used to get from the pound shop. I said I used to be 3 for £1, and then chop them up to use on techniques because they're really a good economical way. There we go. Look, that's got. I'm not sure whether that's how that should be. I think it might. I think I've got it into the crevices in the middle. Let me just grab this chamois. That needs a clean, I think. So the shading on here is quite deceptive. When you've got it on here, it looks splodgy on here, so I think that is actually right. If I look at that one on here, that's how it actually stamps. It's just the shading, so I think we are good. Sometimes us crafters, we do doubt ourselves. Okay, I'm just going to cut that in half, and then this one's going to go through the cutting machine. So we'll grab the die. I would love to have a time just to sit and actually make a lot of samples with this set. It's so good. It's a good all-rounder for crafters because most of my friends fit into any of those categories on those stamps because they either knit, they sew, they paper craft. I'm being very brave, but I've got some Scotch tape on my camera stand that I've used before and put there safely, so that's just saved my bacon today. Need the shim back in, Sandra, so need this one back in there because we're die cutting. There we go, and we're all cut through. And there he is, look, beautiful. So I'll put him back before I lose him. Okay. There's some nice pieces in here. The trimmer as well actually has a slit that cuts out, so you can put another scrap of paper through the trimmer and actually look like you're cutting something. So clever, cleverly designed. It's really good. And then these ones, I'm just going to cut a few of those little hearts actually. Leave that there. A little scrap of this. I didn't bring the mini over today, but I've got find a little scrap that for the hearts, and then cut this one. There we go. There we go. They've all caught up there in the little die. This one, I'm just going to poke those through. I use my scissors because they're near to hand. Okay. So if you guys have any techniques that you would like to try or like me to show you on the lives here, then please do drop me a line, drop me a message, or pop it in the comments below, any techniques that are your favourites that you might like to see, and I will try and pick some of those out for you when we're doing the global inspiration stamp team, because I think it would be nice just to have the ones that I've got that have been requested. I'm actually going to I've cleaned that stamp, so I'm actually going to grab another piece of that white and do a pink one. I think the grey might be too dull on my Technicolor border, so I'm going to have another go with this one. I do like a neutral, but I do like this, I think, to come through there and then have the greeting with it and the hearts. It's going to be better on there. So cut that one in half. Just do that little bit again, different colour. The other one will go back in my stash because that can always be used on another project. So we'll line this one up. This is Melon Mambo. The colour of the cardstock we've got on the bottom layer, so it kind of pulls it through nicely. You like the friendship stamp and die set? Be good for watercolouring. Absolutely, Linda. It is a really good one. It's one that will be on my not to sell list. So I often sell mine on well, I need to sell more, but I sell them on second hand, and then to recoup some of the money for the next catalogue to buy some more. But that's not one that I'm going to sell. So this little piece here, I'm just working out how I would like to have that one. I'm going to do my fussy cutting because you know that's what I love doing. So I'm going to cut this into two pieces. I'm going to cut this one straight. So I'm using my little paper snips here, just going down there. If I can keep this one straight between those lines, I might just get there. I might not be able to because that might be too close. Really fine scissors, just at that end. There we go. So this the handmade hug one, I was going to cut the handmade piece out. Just very close there. Just go a little bit curly on the bottom, shaping with the letters. Wouldn't be a Sandra Live without some fussy cutting, would it? So coming around this piece, I wanted it in two sections because I put different places on the card. So as always, I'm keeping my scissors still and I'm moving the card with my left hand. So I had a conversation about lefties yesterday with somebody. You need to do a mirror image. You can see I'm slanting outwards slightly. I have a friend who we had the conversation and she cuts inwards. Now I'm not cutting at that angle, I'm cutting at this angle. So that's what left-handed would need to go around that way. Keep the scissors still and move the card with their right. So it seems awkward when you see people doing the same, but in reverse. There we go. So just got a little border around that one. I think I need to just trim this one down. If I trim it square ends. Oh, didn't want that on there, did I? And this end as well. I'm going to do little flags on those ends. So we've got differences going on each side. So do a little snip on here, from the corners, there and there, and then this one as well. And because we have the cotton buds, we could use a cotton bud to just run around the edges, or we could use a bar sponge, which Linda was saying about. This is just little pieces of bar sponge here, and I just chop it up into little hand-sized pieces that are just easy for this. Just dip it in the ink pad, fluff those edges, just takes that edge off. There we go, so that's that one. And then we can have the Sending You A. Because we've got a white background, I'm going to do this one as well, just very slightly on those edges. A little bit of fluff around there. just defines that edge. Shape of the sponge, so you can turn it and twist it and get it into those nooks and crannies. Okay, I'm going to put the lid on that now. I think I'm finished. I just need to grab my tweezers. There we go, and work out where we're going to put all these pieces. I'm going to grab some dimensionals and put some of those on the back. Take off the backings as I go. Nope, that's the backing off already. There we go. And then I'll hold these over here because I want to work out where I want my layout to be. Top third, bottom third, could be in the centre. Sending you a handmade hug. So handmade there and hug at the bottom. That'll fill in that gap there. So I think that looks nice there. I'm just lining this up on the board like I normally do, just with the grid paper, so I can see which is nice and straight. So that's our cutting machine. And this is sending you a handmade. I don't want to obliterate the handle because it'll make it look a little bit odd. This one's definitely going off the corner. So let's just put that one on there. I want a little tiny Stampin' Dimensional in this corner, just to support that because it'll be overhanging the other piece. And then Tombow on the rest. And that can just slide on there. And then this one could be just balanced on that handle, I think. So I'm going to have, this one's going to have dimensionals on most of it. So a couple of those little ones. Okay, and then Tombow the other end. A little bit on there. Okay, that's right. Checking that we put that the right end. Sending you a handmade hug. There we go. I think you need some hearts on there. Just slide those off the table because I can't pick them up very easily. A couple of little hearts just in that corner, I think. Just with Tombow because they're quite small, I can't get dimensional on there. Decisions. Oh, decisions, look. Just plump one there. And then the other little one. And just go there maybe. Yeah, I'll put it above. Tiny little dot on there. Don't need much because it will ooze out. Just a tiny little bit. Put that just above it. So there we go. We haven't got any sparkle on there yet, have we? I had gems here somewhere. I definitely had clear gems. There we go. So in here we've got some little tiny ones here. They'd just be nice and delicate on there, I think, just to dot some around. I'm not going to put them in the centres. No, maybe. I've got some dark ones like that one. I think I'll put ones in there. And again, rule of odds. So you want just a few. One on there. So we'll do 3 maybe. It's quite a pale one. 1, 2, 3. We'll do 5, I think. Let's do one down there. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Could do one in that. There we go. Just make sure they're pressed down nicely. Okie doke. And there's our little finished card. So I'll bring you back in again. Oh, look. Because I'm on a different time, I was just trying to bring you in, look. Can't even switch it off on my watch. It's not going off on there. There we go. So It's telling me to take my tablets. Well, I've already taken those. So anyway, I'm just going to get that out of the screen. There we go. I'm trying to get those ink pads out of the way. Must be a bit closer to the desk today. So there's my little card. I hope you like that tonight. Hi, Debbie. Oh, bless. You're not late. I'm on a different night because I was busy yesterday. Like I said, it's probably going to be once a month on a Wednesday that I won't be able to do the Wednesday night. So I'll do it on the Thursday instead. So it's a bit of a rush today. Being a different day, but I hope you like that. Just a quick little card just to show you the technique here, using the cotton buds here as a little sponge dauber, but they're smaller and they're the ideal size for something like this. And you do get two ends, so they will get a little bit mushed if you're doing a lot, but you can use them, just the little ends, in your ink pads. Okay. Oh, well, thanks, Linda. So that's my little contribution tonight. If there's any techniques, because we're going to be doing those in the March Global Inspiration Stamp Team presentations, then I'll probably do a few weeks. I might even do the whole of March with techniques. So I'd certainly put several in. So if there's something you'd like to see, then even if it's not done over that weekend, then I will bring those in that month. Okay, so there'll be depending on who asked for what and how many have been done. The ones that aren't mentioned and they're on your list, then I'll see what I can do for you. Okay, so take care, and I will see you again on Sunday. Just in a few days. So bye for now.